Bloodwolf Arts Studio. Unleash the artist within.
Welcome to Bloodwolf Arts Studio, and I'm your host, Mr. Moonlight. Today, I'm talking about the inspiration behind the poem titled Invictus. This one has been a favorite of mine for a number of years, and I swear there's a lot of these that I ran into when I was in high school. That was when I ran into a lot of these ones that really caught my attention. Definitely didn't run into all my favorites here, but I definitely ran through a few classics here. Invictus was written in 1875, which it's actually about 150 years ago, actually, almost like exactly like this year in 2025. So it was written like 150 years ago. And the inspiration behind this one is the struggles that he faced with amputation and tuberculosis arthritis, because that was like one of the big challenges he faced in his life. And it was something that hit him early. He was diagnosed at age 12, and a few years later, at age 18, he had to have I believe, his left leg amputated because of that. And after he got out of that, then the doctors actually told him, they said, well, there's the infections there, and it's like, we're most likely going to have to amputate your other leg. And so when he was in the hospital getting his other leg treated, so he didn't have to lose his other leg, then that was when he was inspired to write this. And this poem is just all about, the unconquerable soul. Invictus, if I remember right. Invictus means undefeatable, unconquerable. There's a couple different words that describes it, but essentially just completely defines the experience he had, where it was like mind and will over the physical things that be, circumstances that hit in life and knock you down. It's just like there's nothing that's going to conquer my spirit, my drive, my desire to succeed. And in this case, it was him literally fighting for his other leg. He's like, I've already got my one leg gone, but it's like, I sure as hell am not going to lose this other one. And there were some experimental things being developed that was going to be able to treat his other leg. And so while he was in the hospital in Edinburgh, then he was having that treated. And near a cycle, what I could gather is it was treated. He conquered it. He beat it, and that was what inspired this one. Written while he was there in the hospital, fighting this battle to keep his leg. And this poem was not published for a little while after, a number of years afterwards, because it didn't match the theme of the other poems, of the other poem collections he had written at the time. And so this one was published in 1892 in one of his collections of poetry titled Echoes. And something keeping in mind, you know, of how deeply this poem resonated and connected with him, which is one of the reasons why it's like poem that is written during like some really deep, intense emotions, like and deep experiences. That's like when some of the most profound and inspirational poems and pieces of literature and art and stuff are written, because they grasp that energy and you can just feel it. Because at the time, then when this was happening, then it was like being hospitalized, and especially with an amputation, then stuff like this was literally like life or death. This is one of those points where people are hitting their rock bottom, they're at their low, and it's like you either got to sink or you got to swim. And what a profound poem and piece of literature that came out of this experience. And I'm really grateful that he created this out of that, because this is something that I really love, and it's inspired me a lot even to this day, and I really love this poem. So thank you very much for listening, and remember to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook for all the different things I'm doing. There's also a link to my website where I have linked to all my other things. It's kind of like the hub of everything. And you can also follow me over on TikTok as Mr. Moonlight Rhyme. And I'm going to start doing something a little different with this one. I'm actually going to have the poem attached to the end of these videos on YouTube, where I'm going to be talking about the inspiration of the work and then going to go right into it. And on TikTok, at least for the time being, then I'm just going to be having just the poem written or just read on there. So you can follow me on TikTok as Mr. Moonlight Rhyme. Follow me on Facebook and YouTube as Blood Wolf Arts Studio. So thank you again for tuning in, and welcome to my side of the moon.
Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. And yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul.